afternoon, Master of Ceremony is Tanya Prabhakar, who's been an attorney at law, and she will start the afternoon for us. Have a round of applause for Tanya.
Good afternoon. Please be seated. We are about to start our celebratory luncheon to honor our young scholar and student vice chair of the 7th Congressional District Multi-Ethnic Advisory Task Force, Ibraheem Khan, on his admission to Yale University. Ibraheem is a senior at Northside College Preparatory High School. Ali Khan, a freshman of Lansdowne High School, and the younger brother of Ibraheem Khan, will offer the traditional Muslim invocation to start off our celebrations.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا ماكثين فيه أبدا وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا صدق الله العظيم.
Now, Reverend Sonabi Soul, the women's chairman of NETAP, who gives smiles on the magnificent mile as a dentist, will offer her blessings.
Quite an honor to have all of our dignitaries and candidates with us here, and also to celebrate a great young man, Ibraheem. We're also very proud of you. Congratulations on your accomplishments and what we're sure you're going to do for not only this state, but for this country and for this world. I'd just like to offer a blessing, a prayer blessing. Dear God, we thank you for this gathering. We thank you for all of your servants who work tirelessly and work for the better good of humankind. We just thank you for their gifts and pray that you will continue to bless them, protect them, and keep them for the tasks and the work ahead. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Babaji, the chief priest of the Sikh temple in Rockford, who drove all the way from the city of Rockford, will now join us in bringing us blessings.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are very happy, pleasant meeting here just to choose, elect the governor of our state, unrejected, youngest, and a good team, Raja and another Raja, So I pray to the God, your supreme power, and bless us all for our success, and we can do for our country, nation, and
Well, Ibraheem, you are off to such a blessed start with showers of blessings from all faiths. Today is indeed a day as one of our own has been selected to join Yale University. This is a historic occasion. Congratulations again, Ibraheem, and may God continue to bless you on your journey and purpose in life. Love of knowledge, celebration of grandchildren, and continuing our generation, especially the younger generation, is a passion for our NETAP chairman, Kishore Mehta. Kishore Mehta is president of Advanced Career Tech Naperville and also a partner at Advanced Travel and Cruise, the leading travel agency that organizes cruises around the year. Chairman Kishore Mehta.
Today is a very special celebration for Nasim family, as well as Meat family. We call it MEATF in a short, Meat family. So Ibraheem has been with us from his childhood, thanks to Jamsetji as well as Chandji to bring him in our group for since his young age. So we are thankful to both of you as well as to Ibraheem on that. And it is enormous pleasure and joy to congratulate you for your magnificent accomplishment, Ibraheem. Now, on behalf of MEATF family, I wanted to welcome Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy, taking his time out of his busy schedule, and I spoke to her many, many times to go back and forth, and he was so anxious to bless our young man, Ibraheem over here. He said, no, definitely, I'll take time out of my schedule and come there for a few minutes. So thank you, Congressman. We truly appreciate you coming for this event. And also, I wanted to introduce our Peace Kennedy's running mate, Rajoy. They are running for governor's race for there, as well as Peace Jr., who has been leading the force for our young youth. He is going out there and knocking on a door for youth to come and vote for this Kennedy. Also, Rishi Agarwalji, who is also running for the judge in the 8th Sub-Circuit, Cook County. We also have Ram Avilivilam, who is running for Illinois State Senate. And my good friend Peter, sitting right next to me, is also running for a Cook County treasurer. So we truly appreciate all these guys coming over here and taking their time. How about a round of applause for all these guys who joined us. In short, we call it BTAM, but Multi-Ethnic Advisory Task Force stands for Empowering Minorities. We try to work with any issues, any problem, immigration related, job related, and we do our level best to support minorities. And for that, a force behind this one is Dr. Vijay Prabhakar, who should be here in any minute or there. He has founded his organization, started this organization, and without his tremendous effort and vision, we could not be here today where we are. So I do want to thank him from bottom of my heart. So I will request, where is, please, Mr. Prabhakar, I will request you to stand up and take a bow on behalf of Vijayji. It's not easy to get in Yale. If I give you a little statistics about Yale, you guys will understand how good it is to see our young men accomplishing these things. From last year, Yale University reviewed 32,900 applications and offered admission to 2,272 people for the class of 2021. So how about one more time, one big round of applause. Thank you so much. You must be proud, and you should be proud for your, for acceptance in this prestigious university. Your efforts and passion has paid off, but hard work is not over.
That's right.
Good luck and congratulations one more time.
Thank you, Kishorji. Our host this afternoon, Jamshad Naseem, Vice Chair of METAM, and the proud father of our honoree, Ibraheem Khan, is president of the A1 Tax Service Chicago. Jamshad Naseem had a successful innings as Vice President Finance for over 10 years at Chicago State University before establishing his own accounting firm. The true success behind Mr. Naseem is his lovely, charming, hardworking wife, Mrs. Chan Naseem. She is a beacon of light and a hope to many, and especially a strong pillar of Congressman Danny Davis's Multi-Ethnic Advisory Task Force. Both Jamshad and Chan Naseem, along with Ibraheem, have been founding members of META since 2010. Mr. Naseem will now offer his remarks.
I appreciate all of you for coming here, joining us at this celebratory moment that my son is going to very good school. here in America, and I have given all my speaking about prowess to Ibraheem Khan.
Ibraheem is a very good speaker.
So thank you very much for everyone coming over here and joining us at the song ceremony.
Thank you. Both of you have done really well. This is just a beautiful moment in time. The journey for your son has just begun. The best is yet to come. Looking around, Ibraheem, your achievement has attracted the best of Chicago this afternoon. We are also fortunate that we can get to hear from them. Leading the Elite Chicago's Who's Who is none other than the first elected South Asian Congressman from the great state of Illinois, Raja Krishnamurthy. He has worked hard to create jobs and has a people-friendly, efficient, and productive office where your requests are attended to with an effective response. Washington Post rated Raja as one of the best finds among freshman congressmen. Please welcome Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am really honored to be here. What a joyous occasion. I told my staff whatever it takes to get here, I was going to make my way here, even if it was just. That being said, I'd like to observe the 3 rules of public speaking: be short, be sweet, and be gone. And so I only have 3 quick points. Okay. First point is this: I want all of you to give a huge round of applause for Jamshid and Chand Naseem. As much as today is about Ibraheem, it's about their parents.
Yes.
Because those parents, I've seen them. They are some of the most loving, most nurturing, most hardworking, and most kind of God-fearing people you'll ever meet. And the fact that so many people would gather to celebrate your family's accomplishment says enough about the Naseems. Is that right? Am I right about that? I mean, the Consul General of Pakistan is here. Can you give him a round of applause? I see all these wonderful candidates who've come here. That speaks volumes about you and your family. Okay. Second point. Please give Ibraheem a big round of applause. My staff printed out his list of accomplishments. It's just too long to read for this gathering. However, I'll point out a couple things. One, he graduated with a 5.3 GPA. I didn't even know that I did not even know that was possible. He took 14 advanced placement courses. He's a Bezos scholar. He is one of the best and the brightest from the Chicago area. And so kudos to you for what an outstanding academic career you've had and what's to come. Third and final point. I've known this young man for many years. I've known him doing public service in the community. He's been one of the most active members of the multi-ethnic advisory task force along with Tanya and others. And I think what that says to all of us and to our families and to the children who are here is everybody should commit themselves to public service. Everybody should commit themselves to helping others. Everybody should commit themselves to being part of a cause bigger than yourself. Because when you do, good things happen. Good things happen to you, good things happen to your family, and most of all, good things happen to the community. And when good things happen to you personally, the community shows up to celebrate. Is that right? And they celebrate because they see in you the promise of the future for themselves. And that is why we're here. And that is why I'm so touched to see such a diverse group of people. I see Christians and Sikhs and Jews and Muslims and Hindus. I see Indians and Pakistanis, but I see Americans. And I see everybody coming in unison to celebrate something so outstanding that it transcends anything that would possibly differentiate us. And so with that, I just want to say thank you so much for coming and celebrating the Nasims and Ibraheem. And I want to say we look forward to seeing you back here and looking forward to celebrating your next accomplishments. Okay? Thank you so much.
With such a short notice and coming to this event, taking time out of his busy schedule, especially when you know elections are coming up, and he's been helping so many other candidates too. So with that thing, I would request one more round of applause for our Congressman right now. Thank you for coming.
Well, Raja created history in 2016. Now it is Rishi Agrawal's turn in 2018 to become the first South Asian male judge in Cook County. Rishi has been endorsed by Congressman Raja and Congressman Danny Davis, among others. Rishi Agrawal is a practicing attorney with over 19 years in corporate law and has served as president of the Asian American Bar Association. He is also the elected member of the South Loop Elementary School and secretary of the Board of Indo-American Center in Chicago. Rishi Agrawal.
Thanks so much for that wonderful introduction. Let me also just share my congratulations for the Chun family and for Ibraheem. It's the Chun and Jamshed that what you guys have done here is amazing. I was telling them on my way in, that my fifth grader, when I told her that Ibraheem was accepted in Yale, she's like, wow, that's a really good school. And so everyone knows about how great of an accomplishment it is. Now I can, just like we all do with our kids, now I have someone where I can say, see, Ibraheem got 5.3, you can do it too. So I can As was said, I'm trying to become the first male Asian American elected to judge in Cook County. As Raja proved for Congress, you can win a race with a last name like Agrawal. And we need your help to make that happen. My district is just a little bit east of here. It's east of Clark Street, and it goes all the way south to Cermak Road. So anyone who lives in that area, we need your help to help spread the word about our race and make sure that we can help elect the first male Asian American to the bench. And I've been practicing for about 19 years. I've had a diverse range of experiences from criminal law to civil law to all sorts of other practices, including about 100 different trials as well. I've had a great privilege of working at the Indo-American Center and doing a lot of work for the South Asian community. So I'm a devoted member and leader of the community and hope to be able to keep doing that as well. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here today, and congratulations again to the family.
We also have Mr. Faisal Mia,
Excuse me, sir.
the Pakistan Consul General here, to say a few words.
First of all, I am delighted, Ibraheem. I was already committed to places, and I cancelled those appointments, and I said I have to come and celebrate with this young man. I've known him for the last 4 years, and I would definitely commend the parents for raising such wonderful children. Congratulations to them. And I look forward to seeing you, that's what I say. This is the beauty of the American system. It can give you the best opportunity, the best of education, and I'm sure you will use this education for not only to further your cause, but the cause of the people around you. And that's what I say, the beauty of the American system is that if Barack Hussein Obama can be the President of the United States, so can Ibraheem Khan. congratulations. I'm really proud of you.
Well, our next guest is Peter Goretzky, a CPA by profession, who is running as a Democratic candidate for Cook County Treasurer position, and is married to Karishma, daughter of Raj and Arti Vora. Peter is challenging the current incumbent, who has been in office for the last 20 years. Peter's vision for the Cook County Treasurer's Office is to make it a proactive taxpayer advocate and increase the role of credit unions and community banks. Peter Goretzky.
Now, what in the world does the Cook County Treasurer's Office have to do with Ibraheem? Absolutely nothing. So I will not give it. This is not so much a political thing. It's just a wonderful opportunity to not only say congratulations to you and your parents and your entire family. As Tanya mentioned, by trade, I'm a CPA. So when I can look at your parents, who are also accountants, and see what their child was able to do, well, you set the bar very high for my 2-year-old daughter. So she had better get to work. And I think it's very important to notice that you're here with candidates as well. And so whether it was Raja, who I had the pleasure of working on his last campaign, I really hope that this is your path. So regardless, and you're currently the treasurer of your high school, so I'm glad I'm not running against you. But I really do hope this is your path, because through public service, and every single one of us running, we will tell you, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, but it's worth it, and you enjoy it, and you get to come to a wonderful function and meet people. And thank you, by the way, to Serena for this wonderful lunch today as well. And that's just the tip of the iceberg on the impact you can have through government. So certainly enjoy your time. And I just want to point out, he has other acceptance letters on the way. So we could be back here again. He gets other letters besides just Yale. So there are some fantastic schools that are after him. But I really do hope that you consider public service, because it is the most direct route to having the biggest impact in the lives of as many people as possible. And with the amount of promise that not only you, but your family and the entire community has, I really do hope it's something you'll consider. And thank you so much for having me today. And and for everyone, just please remember to vote. No matter what, please always vote. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Ibraheem, president of the Indo-American Democratic Organization, who is running for the 8th District State Senator race. Brown is a resident of the 8th District. He has been endorsed by Congresswoman Jan Koskowski, Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy, Congressman Danny Davis, among others. Please welcome Mr. Ram Bilibala.
Thank you so much for the introduction and having me. I really appreciate being here. Congratulations to the family. Congratulations to Ibraheem. I am Ram Bilibala. I'm running for state senator in the 8th District. It covers about 21 neighborhoods in the city of Chicago, including all of Devon Avenue, Lincolnwood, Skokie, Niles, Morton Grove, and Glenview. I am of a younger generation, so I come at this celebration from a little bit of a different perspective. As people were mentioning and talking, I thought about my parents, because they are ultimately the ones that gave us this opportunity. My parents, like many of you here, they had professions in India. My dad was an engineer, my mom was a teacher. They left everything. They came here. My dad worked as a dishwasher for $2.50 an hour. After a couple months, business slowed. They took him down to $2.30. My mom was a teacher. She came here. She worked at Amazon as a cashier for $2.30. They came here with $8 in their pocket. Eventually, they went back to school twice. Then they finished with careers in public service for 25 years. That is the story of Ibraheem's family. That's the story of many families here. And it's because of the hard work of that generation, we had the opportunity to, I didn't apply to Yale. I don't know if I would have gotten into Yale. I went to George Washington University. I certainly did not have a 5.3 GPA. So I will not be telling any of my family about Ibraheem. But you know, that's who gave us this opportunity. Ibraheem has the opportunity to go to a school like Yale because of his parents. I have the opportunity to make a difference for our community in public service because of my parents. And so we always, as a younger generation, we always should remember that. You know, and I think the only other thing I'll say is that it's important to piggyback on what Peter said, to vote. You know, our community has really had success in business, in IT, in the medical profession, and we need a seat at the table when legislators are making decisions that impact our families, impact our businesses. And so the only way that's going to change is if we participate in the political process. I think Ibraheem has the resume to run for office one day, and I hope he does. But it's people like him, it's people like all of us here that are coming out on a Saturday afternoon to celebrate someone that has a bright future, that we need to get involved. And we need to get our friends involved. You all are here. That means you are involved. That means we need to get the people that aren't here involved. And so I'll just end with saying, please vote, please volunteer, please get active in the political process. Whoever you vote for, hopefully vote for me, hopefully vote for some of these people, but please get involved, and thank you so much for having me here. All right.
Our next speaker is Sohel Ahmed.
I'm known as Ibraheem. I from alongside. I just want to say that as a young Muslim like me and you, you're an inspiration to all of us. And you're not just an inspiration to me, you're an inspiration to each of my child. One day, you might even be
Our next speaker is Ms. Tina Bourne.
All I can say is count it to God and to all the groups here. I am just overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just looking at all the accomplishment, and especially for Abraham, and it reminds me of the scripture about Abraham. If I could possibly spend the rest of the evening with this young man, I would. I am 77 years old. Do I look it? No. I thank God for community service. I thank God for putting in a lot of community service. I thank God for all my Pakistan and Indian family. I thank God for Dr. Vijay, his family, and also for so many, Dr. Kishore, so many, that over 20 years ago I decided that I was going to give back. Giving back does not mean that you just give something. It means that you give part of your heart, part of your soul. You're constantly giving to someone. And then get an education to start. I want to tell this young man and also to his dad, and I especially enjoyed all our politicians. I especially enjoyed everybody, that we have to give back, but we also have to sacrifice. We have to sacrifice. And I made a really big sacrifice when I started working for the city of Chicago, because I got tired of shopping at small stores. I said, I need to go to Water Tower. You can't go to Water Tower with chump change. You have to get an education, and you have to earn. And by God's grace, I've earned. I thank God for Dr. Vijay and his family, and all the work and support that he's given me, and all the prayers that have went up for all of us. All of our Pakistani Indian family, I love you. Keep working hard. Thank you, Dr. Kishore. Thank you, Dr. Vijay.
I'm Chris Kennedy, Jr. So I'm here with my father's running mate, Rod Joy, my sister Kate, and friend Addie. I have 3 sisters. We all went to a really large high school. There were 1,200 kids in my grade, 1,200 in my sister's, and 1,200 in each of my other sisters that aren't here. So I've met a lot of people, and Ibraheem is the first person I've met who had a 5-point I want to say my father, Chris Kennedy, is running for governor. His father, Robert Kennedy, his uncle, President Kennedy, had a vision for America. And that vision centered around the ideals of inclusion, of equality, of opportunity, and family. And under the leadership of my father, of Ra, of Ibraheem, of the individuals in this room, Dr. Vijay, I feel confident that we can continue making America centered around those values.
The Kennedys are known for immigration reform, Medicare, the civil rights movement, and so much more that has made America a wonderful place for everyone. Today we are celebrating 100 years of the Kennedys in government. Let us now hear from Chris Kennedy's running mate, Lieutenant Governor Rod Joy, who is known for making America a better place.
Good afternoon. My name is Rod Joy. I'm a Chicagoan. I'm a candidate for Lieutenant Governor, and I'm proud to be Chris Kennedy's running mate in his campaign to become the next governor of Illinois. It's an honor to be here today, surrounded by so many friends, colleagues, and distinguished guests to celebrate Ibraheem Khan. I'm especially pleased to be joined by other members of the Kennedy family who you've heard from already, Chris Kennedy Jr., Kate Kennedy, and their friend Addie. I'd like to thank Dr. BJ and all of the members of the 7th Congressional District Multi-Ethnic Advisory Task Force for not only organizing today's gathering, but for all of your good work. Chris and I share in the vision of the task force. Our vision is one where we're investing in our shared future, where we're all connected to one another, and where we rise and fall together. That idea is at the heart of our campaign. We believe deeply, as Congressman Joe Kennedy so eloquently said earlier this week, that we are all worthy, that we are all equal, and that we all count in the eyes of our law, our leaders, our God, and our government. To Ibraheem, you are a source of inspiration. Your words still move me. Words that Chris Jr. mentioned around fairness and opportunity and equal justice. I ask that you continue to climb the ladder of civic engagement, that you climb higher and higher, because the higher you climb, the more just and vibrant our world will become. So to Ibraheem and his entire family, on behalf of the Kennedy campaign and the Kennedy family, please accept our deepest thanks, our heartiest congratulations, and our best wishes for your continued success.
Thank you, Roy Joy, and let me welcome you all and thank you all for coming out in such large numbers tonight, this afternoon, to celebrate Ibraheem Khan. Let's hear it one more time. We are waiting for the Honorable Congressman Danny K. Davis, his arrival, and he is the man who has made all these immigrants as political leaders today. He was the first to endorse Raja Krishnamurthy. He has been with the Kennedys, and we are so happy to see our judge here, Rishi Agarwal, Peter Gorapi, who's married to Karishma of the Ora family. He has got the Gujarati connection. That's why he gets to sit next to our president, who's also a Gujarati, Kishore Mehta. And also we had Ram Bilivalam, who was here earlier with us. And we are so happy to have the Pakistan Consul General. We welcome you, sir. And thank you, Tanya, for emceeing this evening's program. Today, we are celebrating 100 years of the Kennedys. What do Kennedys mean to us? You know, we are all here because of the land-breaking immigration reform which he ushered in 1960. We will not be in this land if not for the President John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy piloted the civil rights movement. We can remember the lady in the bus who made the blacks come forward. We have Clarence Beale and other leaders here who are that. We can't forget all the senior citizens like Mrs. Leontine Horn. She comes from 1633 West on Devan Street on Sheridan, which hosts 450 senior citizens. He gave us Medicare. I know most of us have the Medicare, senior citizens, and it's an integral part of our living. And so, we are all here today to launch the Kennedy for Illinois campaign. We have seen Chris Kennedy Jr. and his lovely sister Kate Kennedy, and we are appealing to all of you all to spread the word. The first thing is to pass the word on to everybody. Kennedy, what's the punch numbers? They've come out. Do you have the punch numbers yet?
I will get back to you on that.
Okay. So there is a punch number which we'll pass the word for Illinois Governor Kennedy to all your friends. If each of you can do 20 people a day, that's all we are asking for. I know Dr. Zowell is here. She's on the finance chair of a multi-ethnic task force. She's smiling and winking at me, telling me, don't forget them to write checks today. Kennedy for Illinois. Okay? Any amount, $1 to $10,000, $100,000. If you are here today, every one of us are because of them. It's time to pay back. It's time. And the Kennedy campaign has got one motive, to root out corruption. They want to make Illinois free. And that's all. That's all Chris Kennedy wants to do. And I moved very closely with the Kennedy family, Chris Kennedy's brother Max, his wife Vicky, and found them to be very principled people. I have been under several election campaigns, and these people the first time said, BJ, we want only clean money. We want volunteers, clean money. And I said, well, this is an election where your opponent has already spent $40 million, and the Republican has spent $90 million. But they say, well, it's up to, we are going to prick the people's conscience and say, vote for Kennedy and Chris Kennedy. So, any time you want to lament about what's happening in Washington, D.C., it starts with you. The change starts with each one of you all. And the first thing to do is get the vote out and go and vote. On March 20th is the primary. And we're appealing to all of you all. So you will see many more Ibraheem Khans in our society, in our ethnic communities, going to Yale. Yale will not be a privilege anymore for the elite. Everyone, if our young Ibraheem Khan, who we have known for the last 15 years, he has been talking in our events from when he was 8 years old. He has been inspiring everybody to talk. So I'd like to, without any further ado, I'd like to, before we go around for the Kennedy for Illinois checks, credit cards are also accepted, and we are waiting for Congressman Danny Davis. I would like Mr. Clarence Fields from the Ethnic Task Force to present. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jamil Ahmed has already launched. Give him a big round of applause. He got the first check today. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. And we'd like for the checks to keep coming. There are many more events, and we want each of you all. Action speaks louder than words, my friends. If you believe in something, you have to act. Even if you have $1, we'll accept $1 because it's your hard work, it's your hard money. That's the clean money we want in this campaign. And with each of you all, this election is not over. The latest poll says there is 39% of the electorate who are undecided. Now if we can attack 50% of them to vote for Kennedy, Kennedy is the next governor of the state of Illinois, my friends. And it's up to each one of you to make that change, put everything work, to make our living for your generation and for Ibrahim's children and grandchildren to have a better America, as Tanya earlier said. Thank you all. Now I request Mr. Clarence Fields, Ibrahim Khan, please come forward, along with, thank you, sir. Cash, Babaji has given cash donations, you accepted that too. And please, feel free to contact Clarence or Mr. Fields or Kishore Mehta or Chris Kennedy or Kate Kennedy if you want the Kennedys to come out to your communities to speak. If you want to come out to the mosque, they are going every Friday to the mosque and the churches. If you want them to come anywhere to meet your friends, they are very happy to come around during the campaign time. Mr. Mehta. This is a traditional Indian way of honoring our hero tonight, this afternoon. We like his parents, we like Jacob and Jamshid, and the brother rightly said, the success behind is the hard work, the toil of the charming Chandra Singh, who had worked day and night for her kids. All right.
Dr. Vijay.
Okay, thank you everybody, thank you very much.
Let me proudly present to you the man who made all this possible, none other than the Honorable Congressman Danny K. Davis. His mission has always been to promote ethnic minorities in mainstream politics. Danny Davis was the first congressman to endorse Raja Krishnamurthy when he ran for Congress. Congressman Danny Davis also frequently accompanied Raja to churches on Sunday campaign stops in October 2016. Yes, my friends, actions speak louder than words. Congressman Davis, as a powerful member of the Committee on Ways and Means and member of Congress since 1996, is a mover and a shaker. A trailblazing leader who dares to act, reform, and educate. Children and education are the cornerstone of Danny Davis's leadership. His presence here this afternoon to celebrate Ibraheem speaks volumes of his dynamic and inspirational leadership for us ethnic minorities. Today, Danny is a strong voice to combat whatever challenges may come our way, and with God's help, we shall overcome. The living legend, the Honorable Danny K. Davis.
Of course, many people in this room know that this young lady is one of my favorite people on earth. I've met lots of young people, and I've seen lots of young people. I used to teach at colleges and universities and high schools, but I have never ever met a person that thrilled me more as I've watched her grow up, emerge, go to law school, do all of those things, and yet just be a wonderful life. And that's heartwarming. Some people get carried away when they manage to do some things. But it's also great, there are a lot of things that different people said about education. Abraham Lincoln was noted for saying that education makes a man easy to lead, but difficult to drive. Easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. Of course, Malcolm X had something to say about it. He said that education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare today. And I guess we gather here today because of education and to congratulate our friend who is making another step. You know, I would have jumped off the top of the Empire State Building to go to one of those Ivy League schools, like Yale, Harvard. I may have jumped off the Willis Tower down there to be able to go to one of those institutions of higher learning, where you can exercise your mind, your thoughts, bring together your ideas. And let me tell you, those of us who know that that's where you're headed, that's where you're going, that's what you're going to be doing, we just not only congratulate, but we've also been told that for those to whom much is given, much is expected in return. And we know that you're going to return and provide the kind of leadership, provide the kind of guidance and direction. And so I'm just delighted to be here to share this lunch, be here to share this opportunity. And I'm reminded of something that Julius Nyeri said to a graduating class one year when he was given a commencement speech. He said that those who have been fortunate to acquire this commodity called education could be like a warrior in an African village where they were about to starve. So they took the little food that they had and gave to this one warrior so that he could go to another village and bring back help. He said that if the warrior took the food and did not return, then he was a traitor. But if he took the food and bring back help, to his starving brothers and sisters in the village, then of course he or she becomes a hero or a hero. So we really expect you to be the hero that we know you will be as you bring back the Thank you very much, and please, over to me. You're just flying. Right on. Thank you all very much. It's also good to know that Ron Joy is here, who is going to be the lieutenant governor in the state of Illinois. And Illinois is obviously one of the largest states, one of the most important states, and one of the vibrant states in the Union. And to have a person of his being become lieutenant governor, knowing that there are times when he will be the governor, because Chris might be out of town. Whenever the governor is gone and stuff like that, then the lieutenant governor is in charge. And so, obviously, I am a big fan and a big supporter of Chris' innovation. And I learned something this morning that I had not been aware of, and that is, while Chris was running the merchandise market, he was involved in helping to bring 500 businesses to the state of Illinois. And if there's anything that we really need, is business opportunities for the continued growth and development of our state. So I hope that everybody else will be as enthusiastic as I am about this opportunity and about what we can all do to help make sure that it happens. I just left the church, and often at church we sing one song that says, "Give me 10 men, give me 10 stout-hearted men willing to fight for the things they adore. Give me 10 men, and I'll give you 10,000 more." So each one of us will get 10,000, and we know that Chris is going to be the governor, and we know that Rod is going to be the lieutenant governor. I don't know if he's talking right now or what, but I'm going to stop there.
Thank you, Congressman Danny Davis. Yes, we'll give you 10 men and we'll get 10,000 more. Now, the moment all of us have been waiting for, to hear from our young hero, Ibraheem Khan. Friends, give it up for Ibraheem Khan.
I know it's been a pretty long day, and I've had to follow all of these wonderful candidates and Congressman Davis, so I'll try my best to live up to their expectations. But I'd like to thank you all for taking the precious time out of your schedules for joining me today. And it's really an honor to have such a supportive community of activists, of individuals, and of change makers behind me today. So thank you for that. Obviously, we have a wonderful, wonderful array of candidates here today, from Congressman Davis to Rod Joy to Chris Kennedy to Mr. Agarwala to everyone else who joined us here today. And honestly, I know from hearing them today and from just being able to hear their values and stuff that they will in office represent all of us and really make emphasize the diversity that we need in office. So I really hope that we all contribute to their campaigns on the 20th of March. And all of you have worked tremendously to amplify the voice of the unheard and the discriminated. And I'd like to specifically start talking about our gubernatorial candidate, Mr. Chris Kennedy. Time and time again, Mr. Kennedy reaffirms his stance as a candidate for the people. Not only does he wish to usher in equality for all, regardless of gender, ethnicity, or socioeconomic status, he wishes to tackle the very foundation of our society, which is education. I've said this before, and I think it's important to repeat this again, but as a Chicago public school student and a member of the district's student advisory council, I've seen firsthand dozens of schools being shut down, children with social and emotional learning needs not being given the resources they require, and students who watch opportunity be stripped from them. Such inequity is harrowing, demolishing the dreams and ambitions for hundreds of thousands of students. And it stems from the unwillingness of our current governor in office to expand the budget of America's third largest school district. But the thing about Mr. Kennedy is that he realizes the value in empowering children to become the future leaders. Funding schools transcends merely giving them money. It means opening doors for them, providing them resources, more extracurricular activities, a greater breadth and depth of coursework to explore their interests. It means giving kids opportunity. As a Chicago public school student, I'm hopeful that we may finally have the governor who listens, who helps to expunge the inequity plaguing our district. And as a Muslim, a Pakistani, a son of immigrants, and a future college student, I'm hopeful for so much more. So I ask all of you, no matter in what way it is, whether that be $1, $100, marketing, whatever you can afford, to help get Mr. Kennedy and all our wonderful candidates in office. Because I assure you, our efforts will be rewarded with our children and my peers prospering, our legacy strengthening, and our future brightening. So thank you all for coming to join me today. It's honestly such a pleasure to have such a tight-knit community from all around, whether not only ethnicities, but geographically. I know we've got someone from Rockford and a bunch of people. So it's truly a pleasure to have all of you today, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you.
We don't have to wait till you.
Ibraheem, may you conquer the world with your love, intelligence, and hard work. Spread love, care, and serve one another wherever you go, and to whomever you meet. May Lord bless you and guide you as you scale greater heights. Friends, let us give a standing ovation to Ibraheem.
Thank you again for a really wonderful afternoon. It's an honor to be here to celebrate with Ibraheem Khan and his entire family on this major milestone. He gives me so much hope for the future. Would like to also thank and acknowledge my Congressman, Congressman Danny Davis. In addition to having the absolute best voice in Congress, most recognizable voice in Congress, he's a champion for civil rights and voting rights and human rights. And for all of us who care about equal justice, we owe him a tremendous debt of gratitude. So thank you. I'd like to also thank and acknowledge Dr. BJ and everyone associated with the 7th Congressional District Multi-Ethnic Advisory Task Force. Thank you for all of your good work. And thank you for joining us this afternoon. I know Congressman Davis and Ibraheem talked about education and the importance of education. My running mate, Chris Kennedy, is running to become America's great education governor. If Chris Kennedy were here today, he would probably say as he does often, if we give the world a highly educated workforce, highly educated high school and college kids, the world in return will give us their jobs. And so lifting up education, investing in education is agenda item number one for our campaign. As you know, we're in the home stretch of this campaign. March 20th is just some 40 plus days away. And as we enter the final stretch of the campaign, we ask for your continued engagement. If you, like me, are sick and tired of politics as usual in this state, if you're ready for government to work with us and for us and not against us, we invite you to join us. We need your help, we need your activism, and we need your engagement. So for those of you who can, please write a check. We need your financial cheerleading. We had a commercial go up a few days ago, and with your help, we can keep our commercials up on TV between now and Election Day. But we also need to turn people out at the ballot box. Dr. BJ mentioned if you can reach 20 people a day, then we win. So reach out to your family, your friends, your neighbors, and your colleagues and encourage them to take our protest to the poll. And with that, I'll turn it over to Chris.
Just want to do a quick thank you all, and allowing us to be here to celebrate with Ibraheem. From the Kennedy family and from my father, I want to thank everyone who has given so far and today, and I hope to have your support and continue on to the future.
Congressman Danny Davis will now present a congressional citation to Ibraheem Khan.
I'm going to read this. It says, Dear Ibraheem Khan, congratulations on your admittance to Yale University. I join all those gathered at the Serena Restaurant on Saturday in applauding your achievement. I know you have enjoyed the constant love, encouragement, and support of your parents, Jamshid and Chan Network. When you look back on this day, I trust you will be thankful for the resources you have been provided. However, in the final analysis, it has been your hard work, your commitment to continue your studies as one of our nation's top universities that has taken you to this happy day. You have encountered the challenges and obstacles young people confront every day, and you have overcome. You have every right to take pride in what you have accomplished. I hope that you will find Yale a place where you can thrive academically and socially, and a place where you will find the space to explore and engage the world. I'll tell you something that my mother used to always tell me, and that is simply be yourself. Don't really worry about being anything or anybody else. Just and she would end by saying that if you can't be a pine at the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub by the side of the rail. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the moon, be a star. It's not by size that you win or fail, but simply be the best, the very best of whoever and whatever you are. God bless you.
We now have Mr. Gerard Moore from Congressman Danny Davis's office to speak.
I want to first of all congratulate you, Mr. Ibraheem Khan. I've watched you grow, giving speeches at our annual events, getting ready to go to Yale. So I know I'm looking forward to great things from you, and I know that you're doing well. But I also want to thank you, Dr. BJ, for following me and Congressman Davis's
lead as it relates to the governor, Chris Kennedy, as he prepared to run for governor. And the reason why I got excited about Chris Kennedy is because he mirrored a lot of my inner thoughts, my inner beliefs. Prior to the Congressman endorsing Chris Kennedy, I was hoping that he did, because I believe in a lot of the things that Chris Kennedy do as well. I lost my father. He lost his father. He's fighting against the powers to be. And I was just talking to the Congressman on the way to the funeral about why all these Uncle Toms exist in politics. He said some people just who they are, they can't help it. But I think even today we was at the funeral and Bobby Rush was talking about the peacock. And he talked about how the peacock got all these beautiful feathers but can't take you nowhere. And I think we are a soaring eagle. The Kennedy campaign can be this soaring eagle that can defeat this peacock that just look good.
Yes, yes. There you go.
That's all I got to say. Let's continue to move forward and thank everybody for coming out to celebrate Ibraheem Khan.
We now call upon Najendran Sri Pada and Padma Sri Rama Rao to honor Ibraheem with a song.
Turn around, Nagendra, turn around. Oh, turn around, turn around.
Thank you all.
Let's hear it for Ibraheem Khan. Hip it! Hip it!
Before we finish, I want to thank Tanya for being an MC for the afternoon. She always does a great job. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of your
I get so much appreciation. Last Sunday, I was in Ukrainian village celebrating Ukrainian unity. And then here I am today up on Devon Avenue eating food that makes me want to Diet Coke. So the experiences that I have are appreciation enough. And it really makes every day exciting. But thank you very much. I appreciate it.